Hello everyone, Etterman John here, and John, what are we looking at?
We're looking at a lot of things that'll put you directly forcing archetype cards here.
Right, like this forces you into black green.
You know,
This forces you into black red.
and then the rest of the junk is just not great. I guess Nest Invader's fine.
That's just, this makes you go into the spirits. Nest Invader gives you options.
But for green, I'd rather take Creekwood Liege just because it's better.
Yeah, Creekwood Leech can be pretty darn nuts.
Yeah, I think it's the pick. I don't like committing to an archetype
Right.
first pick, but
I think we take it and then we just kind of see what happens. Because like if it doesn't materialize, it doesn't materialize.
see now here we have a Spectral Procession, which is
nuts.
green white tokens is a thing.
Yeah, we could just treat this guy as triple green.
I think the other option would be Chimeric Mass.
Yeah, Chimeric Mass is good, but I think I actually like Spectral Procession better
Yeah.
than Chimeric Mass.
I agree. I think Spectral Procession is very overpowered.
Split Twin!
In this format especially, it seems to be very overpowered.
Bone Splinters is a card here that actually isn't too bad. It's a removal, and since we're gonna have lots of tokens.
Yeah.
Conclave Phalanx is pretty fun with all the tokens.
Yeah, there's no really powerful stuff here.
Fortify is pretty solid for us, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Could take Fortify or Bounce Land. It looks like we are kind of just jamming tokens here. I don't mind Fortify. I don't want to waste a later pick on it, and it seems unlikely that we're playing a Bounce Land.
Yeah, I think we're gonna take the Fortify. Yeah, that Bounce Land I don't think we would play.
Mm-hmm.
So then do we take a Tukatung Thalid?
Boy, I'd really hate to do that.
Maybe a Grim Affliction? Go like junk tokens?
I don't mind Grim Affliction.
Okay. Other options, maybe like Tezzeret's Gambit as a colorless draw spell.
Mm-hmm. Or even Repeal.
That would make us go into Infinity colors.
Yeah, I think just Grim Affliction's probably the pick.
I could see a case for Tezzeret's Gambit as a colorless draw spell, though.
It's a lot better in the Proliferate decks, though. This just doesn't seem that great.
Alright,
for what we're doing.
Then. Plague Rusalka?
It's not bad. I think that's probably the pick.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Remain's kind of cool, but we're not in blue.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just Plague Rusalka.
It's strong. It's good with Procession.
Yeah.
It's certainly good with Creekwood Liege. So.
Yeah, it seems reasonable enough. It's just the question of how much black mana are we gonna have available?
Yeah.
If we're trying to play triple white, well, I guess pseudo. Oh, that's like a snap pick for us, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a very late Darksteel X.
I mean, Sigil Blessing's pretty cool, but we probably will see those later. This as a pick 5, or is this pick 6? This
pick 6.
That's insanely late for a Darksteel.
Yeah, people keep consistently undervaluing this card. We see it time and time again in all of our previous drafts here, and then we just kill them with Darksteel X.
Yeah,
so
because that's what Darksteel X does.
Yeah,
it is an insane card.
It was even better.
It's just awesome.
Yeah, it was better as Bone Splinter. Imagine how busted Bone Splitter was.
Bone Splitter?
Yeah.
Oh, that was one in Equip 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nuts.
It was very good.
That was in the original MMA,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. That was insane.
Yeah, I was watching some Mirrodin draft, the flashback drafts here. I was like, yeah, that brings back memories. Yeah. You had Bone Splinter. You had Opaline Bracers in the Fifth Dawn packs.
Which one's Opaline Bracers? I don't know.
It was 4 mana Sunburst.
Okay.
And then 2 mana to equip, it gets +X/+X, where X is the sun. Yeah.
Seems interesting.
So it was usually a 3, but you could stretch your deck to make it 4.
So what do we do with this pack?
The bats are fine.
Yeah. That's
Again,
what
it's
I was
just
going to suggest, but
yeah, it's just one of those cards that looks not that
very
great.
Late Air Servant.
Air Servant has kind of underwhelmed me in this format. I don't like it.
All right.
It doesn't really take over the game like it does in a lot of formats.
Yeah, I mean, Air Servant's either really, really powerful or it's just kind of mediocre.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, basically in this case, it's a hard to block flyer.
Yeah, I think in the core set formats, it's better than a lot of rares, but in this one, it's underwhelming.
I agree. I agree with that. Dagger Claw Imp still floating around.
Sure.
Or we could grab a Repeal if we want to have the option of blue still.
Or even a Mighty Leap is fine, but
I'm not a fan of Mighty Leap. I think there's better options here. I'd rather take like this or even Ruined Servitor over Mighty Leap.
okay. I like the Imp.
Okay, let's take it. Devouring Greed. Plagued Rusalka is probably the call though.
Yeah. I mean, we are white black, but we have 0 spirits right now. We have just Spectral Procession.
We have Plagued Rusalkas.
Oh, sure.
Come on now. There are spirits in this deck. They're just not your traditional spirits.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem that great for us right now. We might end up
have
regretting.
infinite Plagued Rusalkas
I think we do want infinite.
to go with our Darksteel Axe.
Yeah. And Bat, too.
And still Inflection, I guess?
Sure.
Probably won't play it, but
Yeah, I don't like Core. Maybe Core Duelist was the pick. I don't know.
maybe.
But Instill Infliction's quite good. Kills a lot of problem creatures
Right
like
now
Fire
we're
Sign.
black-white, so I'm going to put this guy over here, because this can just be played as mono-black, so...
Just cut. Whatever. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Actually, no. Cut this little...
Yeah, Gut Shot, I guess, because we could play it.
Sure. And then you still get a Blades. Alright. Well, so far we're black-white, which is a perfectly legitimate strategy, but it's usually spirits, and we're just kind of like, we're
Yeah,
somethings.
we don't really have any spirits. That Devouring Greed pass might come back to hurt us, but
Right, it might
I don't think so.
sign in the wrong way, but you never know.
It just seemed very underwhelming with what we had right now.
Ghost Quarter...
Oh,
Yeah. I'm
I
like,
think we
Ghost
can just snap
Council's
up.
pretty... Ghost Council's pretty solid for us, but Oblivion Ring's just snap, I think. Right?
You like it over Ghost Council? You could be right.
I mean, Ghost Council is pretty nuts for us. But is Ghost Council potentially going to wheel?
No.
You don't think so?
None of those uncommons and rares are wheeling. So,
This
yeah,
is an interesting call, because Oblivion Ring is definitely very high on the power level.
mhm.
Ghost Council is pretty high on the power level. I don't know which I rate. I feel like I rate the removal higher, but this is definitely a bomb.
Okay, let's take Oblivion Ring.
Okay. Sure. Yeah?
I mean, we can't do it, right?
Well, it makes us go into junk like we were originally saying.
Yeah,
I mean, the other call's Arrest, which is very powerful.
I kind of
But
just like Arrest. Like,
Ant Queen is just OP in this format.
alright, we have to take, like, a lot of... We have to figure out bounce lands. Okay, we do have triple Plague Rusalka, so that makes a case for Ant Queen.
Right. Ant Queen is OP plus triple Plague Drusalka. Technically, this is colorless.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. We can just do black-green, maybe.
Maybe, and if we hit like a bounce land, we can still play the Oblivion Ring, so...
Okay, take Ant Queen.
I think Ant Queen's just a signal, in my case.
Yeah.
At which point, then I take Kozilek's Predator if we're
Sure.
going black-green.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Although Palaka Worm's very powerful, but Kozilek's Predator goes better with our theme, I think.
Yep. Okay. This is not bad. So do we take, like...
Scatter the Seeds?
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say Vengeful Rebirth, actually, but I think...
I could see Vengeful Rebirth. It is a very powerful card. Like, extremely powerful. But
I think Scatter's better for us.
yeah, I think Scatter's just better for us right now.
Mhm.
Just jump full in on the color train here that's showing up and then disappearing.
So another bat then? Or bounce land?
Um,
Bounce land doesn't do much for us right now, but it is on color and it reduces the mana cost. Or the mana count for the deck. Bat
right.
is pretty solid though.
I
We
think
do
it's a bat.
yeah. I agree.
It's an interesting call, but I think it's a bat. Because if we play that bounce land, it only, I mean, it hits like these 2 mana towards the Creekwood Leech. It doesn't hit these.
Yeah.
So, like, when you need it, it might not be the right call. Um, Dread Drone?
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
Shrivel just because that thing wipes out, like, our entire deck.
can't beat Shrivel. I really hate doing that.
Yeah, but kills this, kills this, kills all the tokens from this, kills the
Yeah,
tokens from that, kills these guys if they're not bloodthirsted, kills all of this.
I get that it's good, but I hate taking cards that, will be maybe played against us.
You want like a Dread Drone or maybe a Sickle
Sickle
Slicer?
Slicer, I think, was
Yeah,
my.
okay, I could see Sickle Slicer being a pick over that. That's like perfect.
Yeah, that is actually the perfects.
This guy's pretty good in this deck.
Yep. Lacerator would have been fine too. Ooh, a Bloodthorn Vampire.
Yeah, I just like saw this and went, oh, that seems good.
Okay. How good is Thief of Hope? Or do we want Vines? Thief is pretty good. We have a
One,
lot of.
two, three, three.
Thief is okay.
Yeah, Thief is okay. I mean, gets back Plague Rusalka.
hmm And hopefully get a Nameless Inversion next
Yeah,
pick. Lacerator's fine, I think.
yeah, I
We've
think
doubled that.
Lacerator's fine in this deck. Yeah, we're definitely on the low drop with tokens at the top end plan.
Yeah. We just need some
We're
removal now.
basically trying to go wide, I think, with this.
Yeah. We need some Nameless Inversions.
And once Lacerator overstays its welcome, the Plagued Rusalka says, "Hey, Lacerator, how's it going?"
I'm kicking you out, man.
I heard you didn't pay rent this month. Plump for the site.
We have a Tukatong Thallid too.
We do have a Tukatong Ballad. We have like infinite 1-drops.
Yeah.
Uh,
Whatever. Skirmisher, maybe.
yeah, I think that thing's just more annoying. Sure, whatever. Actually, this deck might also still splash for Fortify now, just because of
Yeah.
all of this.
It's
Just
possible.
it's there. Those are the cards that I would consider splashing for. I
Hopefully
mean,
get a.
obviously we need to hit like a bounce land that hits white too to help with
Yeah.
that, but
So great cards would be like Drooling Grudion.
yeah, that'd
Uh,
be insane.
yeah, the on-color bounce lands. I wouldn't mind another Scatter the Seeds. That'd be really good. Uh, of course, any bombs.
Right, of course, any bombs.
Would we play Elishnorn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did I
You're
ask that
asking
question?
that? This card is a bomb for our deck.
Seems okay, but there's a Scatter the Seeds too,
There is a Scatter the Seeds.
which I think is just might just be better. Look at how degenerate this could be.
True. If we get like a Nest Invader or two,
Yeah, it
or
could just
a
be.
Nest Invader. Yeah. Okay.
I think even the Drake might wheel. It sometimes does. Here's a bunch of Garbo.
Vampire Outcasts.
It's not bad. Actually, that card is pretty good.
And still Infliction comes out though.
Yeah.
Now this is all garbage, pretty much. I guess we'd pick up a Primarch, but Primarch's one of our weakest cards.
Could take a Wayfarer Bauble.
Sure. I mean, it does allow for an easier splash of the white.
Primarch is fine, but not.
Well, and
If
we
it had
already
tramp-
have one Primarch.
Yeah, if it had Trample, it'd be so much better.
Well, yeah, if it had Trample, it'd be insane.
But it's just. It's a Hill Giant.
Yes. Yes, I guess it is. Reassembling Skeleton could work nicely.
Is it-
We need a Drooling Grudion, really, but...
Yeah, definitely. We do have a Vampire to abuse it. Death the Knight is fine. We really need removal. Just anything.
Well, our removal is coming in the form of Plague Rusalka triggers.
It doesn't count.
Oh. Well, that's awkward. I think
Just
Thief of Hope gets cut.
we take even bad removal at this point.
Dagger Claw Imp probably gets cut.
I don't know.
Yeah, do we? We have one removal spell,
And it's off color
and
too.
it's off color. That's
We just
impressive.
haven't seen anything.
It's impressive.
Oh,
Scion, if we want to go really heavy on the green, or we can stay heavier on the black with green at the top end.
with Rookin ally.
Yes. I mean, Root Canali is very powerful. Or we could even just maybe take like a Flare Husk.
Or even another Tukatong salad.
Or even another Tukatong Salad. Just go infinite on the 1-drops.
I think Science not bad.
I think Science fine, yeah. I think Science a good enough call.
How about the third bat?
Sure. Infinity Bats.
It's good. We have all these 1-drops. Okay, Grim Affliction. That's kind of what we need, actually. I think we really need the removal.
Yeah, okay, I guess we did have another Grim Affliction. So now we have double Grim Affliction, which helps. Probably don't need like the... Let's see, we gotta make 16 lands, most likely. So we have to make like 4 cuts right now? 3 cuts?
Spectral Procession is looking pretty bad.
Yeah, Spectral Procession is definitely going down in value. Culling Dice could be insane in this deck.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, Spectral Procession... I mean, Spectral Procession's still just Spectral Procession.
But for 6?
And this guy came back.
Yeah, I expected that. Not a lot of decks want that.
Okay,
I think we definitely want. Sign in Blood, I think we would definitely want.
Yes, I agree. This is interesting. Scion might be greedy. I mean, like, Anqueen, you can, late game, you just drop that thing and it just goes insane. But Scion, you really want, like, mid to early game. And
I think Fortify is really greedy.
I think Fortify is pretty dang greedy. I agree. Oblivion Ring's kind of greedy too, but you know it's Oblivion Ring.
Yeah, I think you probably should play it.
Kite Sail?
Sure.
I'll put it in the board for now. I think the Culling Dice is the card we want, though, actually, in this deck, which is interesting, because you don't really necessarily care for Culling Dice, but it's like one of those ways we can abuse Reassembling Skeleton.
Sure, yeah.
Stuff like that. Plus, whenever our opponent targets something, we can just go, nope. Nope. It's interesting with Scatter the Seeds, the double green. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. Guess an Apostle's Blessing's not the worst thing. But
I think the double green will be fine.
yeah, whatever.
Inner Flame Igniter.
Sure. And last card is something silly. Maybe. Most likely.
Yeah. This deck, I don't know. It's kind of like a 5 out of 10.
It's definitely a weird deck. It looked really good, then you kind of went, maybe, yeah, not really. Oh,
Ooh.
That is a great last pick for us, actually.
Okay, that made it significantly better.
Right, now we have another very heavy hitter. So we have a major sack theme going on here. We have sack. There's lots of sack. Sacks? Sacrificing?
Sure.
I think Scion's just powerful.
Sickle Slicer's kind of garbo.
I don't know.
Just makes it 2/2.
We're just making infinite creatures to equip.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it allows everything to get through there.
Well, maybe we can't play Oblivion Ring. Then we would cut Bauble and...
Right, so you cut Oblivion Ring, cut Bauble.
I think game 1 we can just get them.
Yeah, game 1 we... Do we even want, like, Tukatong Thalid, actually? Because we kind of just want, like, mono black as our opener.
I think we definitely want the Thalid with double Vampire.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. So we need to cut 2 cards. Um,
Primarch is kind of meh.
Primarch's kind of meh, and I was gonna say, is Kozilek's Predator actually gonna be useful?
I think so.
I guess. I mean, we don't have it. I guess it's just an extra thing to sacrifice to like our Zac outlets. So.
And Scavenger Drake and
Oh yeah,
everything.
and Scavenger Drake. Okay, never
And
mind.
Calling Dias and yeah.
Never mind. What was I thinking?
I don't know. It's valid. I mean, we still have to cut something.
um, maybe it's just like Sign in Blood.
Maybe it's.
I think it might be Sign in Blood, or it's like reassembling Skeleton.
Skeleton seems really good.
It does. So my vote is Sign in Blood or Sickle Slicer. These are my 2 votes.
I don't like Sickle Slicer as much. I think it's just gonna make a random 2/2 most of the time.
Yeah, and then the equip cost being 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is weird because we have like mono black and 1 green and then double green, and then everything's double green. It's gonna make for a very interesting mana base. Let's see what they suggest. They're saying 9/6. I think I could get behind that since we also have the Rot Farm.
Yeah, it seems fine.
Alright. Well, we'll submit this, and we'll see you all in round 1.